Good afternoon. I think I'll just stop right here. Good afternoon. I'm Mike Thurman. I'm a candidate for CEO, and I'm asking for your support on May 24. A little bit of background. I was born in rural Clark County, Georgia. My father was a Georgia sharecropper. I'm the youngest of 9 children. I've worked in public service now for nearly 45 years. Formerly as labor commissioner for the state of Georgia during the Great Recession. Most recently, I served as superintendent of the DeKalb County School District. And during that time, with the support of the team, we were able to transform a $14 million deficit into a $100 million surplus. Yeah. We restored our school system. We are dually accredited. Our graduation rate is up. Our SAT scores up. And I want to bring that vision and that focus to transforming the county government in DeKalb County, Georgia. Yeah.
Good evening to everyone. My name is Connie Stokes, and I want to first thank you for being here today. I'm excited about being here. I am running for CEO, and what I would like to do is bring my experience, having the significant experience of chairing the Budget Committee, which allowed me to wrap my arms around all the issues that we have in this county and to be able to solve a lot of problems. I grew up in the city of Atlanta, and I have been able to serve in the state senate for 10 years. I have been able to serve on the DeKalb County Commission for 6 years and worked on a lot of different public policy issues. I am so excited and so passionate about public service, though, is because my grandmother raised me. She had only a 6th grade education. And, you know, just to have the opportunity to stand here before you. My mom was an alcoholic. I never knew my father. So I consider that a major accomplishment and many blessings. Just believing in God is why I get to stand here before you today. And I want to be able to take my experience and create opportunities for the people of DeKalb County, just based on the opportunities that I have. So I ask for your vote starting May 2nd and leading up to May 24th. Thank you.
Good afternoon. First of all, let me say that I'm glad to see you all come out today. And I want to say something to you all, that you all only have one good choice in this election. On one side of me, we got somebody who was recruited to protect this corruption like he done in the school system. You remember there was a school superintendent say she was $200 million short. He said he found it. He was trying to protect them folks. That's the reason he in this election now. Both of these folks have plenty of money. Let me tell you how this corruption come about. I've been running for the last 40 years. And from one end of this county to the other, I pounded away asking questions about this corruption. And finally, other folks started raising questions. Is that my signal to shut it down? Let me just tell you, I wasn't told about this meeting. They didn't intend for you all to hear me, but you all going to hear me, because I'm here. Let me tell you, they've been stealing from the budget. As far back as I can tell, we more than $650 million short. This lady sit over there, she either didn't know about it, or she wasn't willing to say anything about it. What did they do? They burnt my house down, burnt my business down, and tore down 2 houses. They didn't intend to stop stealing that money. The county, the developers our budget is $1 billion per year. And when the budget is $1 billion a year, folks get out of hand. They were going to show me that I don't care when they're stealing our money. That's the reason our streets are in bad shape. They've been stealing our money. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Mr. Bembry, and yes, we sent out letters because we didn't have an email address for you.
You have a cell phone number. You
No, we
didn't tell
don't.
for me to know.
No telephone numbers on the qualified sheet. So if you have issues with that and people are not communicating with you, please check with the voter registration office, and you can look at the form on the website. Now, we will move into the questions for the candidates. And just as a reminder, we have our timekeeper here, and she will alert you when you hit 30 seconds and when it's time to wrap up. The first question is, the Chief Executive Officer has the exclusive power to supervise, direct, and control the administration of county government. Describe your leadership style, for example, coaching, visionary, democratic, etc., and give examples of how you plan to execute it with staff and fellow municipalities of DeKalb County. And we will start with Mr. Mike.
Thank you. My basic leadership philosophy is 3 L's. First, you listen, you learn, and then you lead. What I believe and what I'm committed to is recognizing that oftentimes problems may be too large for myself, but they're never too large for all of us. It's a matter of building teamwork, of building a diverse team from all across this county, and looking also at this. We have challenges in DeKalb County, major challenges, but I just don't focus on the liabilities. My first focus is on our assets. First, you document your assets, and then you leverage your assets to address and solve your liabilities. You never get anywhere with a deficit-driven strategy. A deficit-driven strategy is a strategy based solely on what's wrong, on the deficits, on the shortcomings. Therefore, you never be able to count your blessings. First, you count your blessings, and then you make your blessings count. More than what I will do, I ask you to look at what we have done. We have worked in a diverse environment in the Labor Department. One of the things I did to open communication was that we provided services in 5 different languages. With the DeKalb County School District, right before I came, the International Welcome Center had been shut down and all 13 interpreters had been fired. My first major decision was to reopen the Welcome Center and hire not 13 but 20 new interpreters so that we could communicate with our students and our parents. In politics, anybody can make promises. Don't judge on the promises, judge on the record.
Thank you very much. Well, first, let me say this. The employees at DeKalb County, the DeKalb County government, are awesome. They have experience, and I recognize that, and I've had opportunities to work with them. I worked with every department over there when I was the budget chair, and what we had to do was look at ways to find innovations, ways to find efficiencies. We had new cities coming on, which means that we had less money to deal with. Every year we would have less money to be able to meet all of the competing priorities. And so being able to do that was significant, and I'm very, very proud of that. The other thing is knowing how to create those policies, knowing how to put policies in place, because DeKalb County has many departments, and they already have directors over there running those departments. But my leadership is visionary because I have a vision that all of us need to be able to work together and be engaged. That's how we get more benefits because, and I said this when I was on the commission, is to have volunteers in the libraries, volunteers to help us on all of these different task forces. When I chaired the Complete Count Committee for the census, I went all over the county talking to people about. They said, well, why is it important? And this is what we have to do for every single issue, to say why it's important so that people will want to take their time and get involved and be involved in making sure that we accomplish the goals that we need to. I am running to be that change. I am running to be able to make that difference. So I ask for your support.
Mr. Joe?
This business of answering machines, it won't be on my watch. Let me tell you how things are going to be done on my watch. You're going to come in like it's a doctor's office. You're going to get to see me. I'm going to have about 10 offices. You see me and somebody else take care of it. And if you're not happy, you come back to see me. Let me tell you what has happened in this county. We've gotten rid of all the experienced employees. They gone. They had a water pipe to bust out there at Evansville about Sears. And they had to hire somebody to fix it. We didn't have anybody. This thing about retirement and all the experienced employees left, I'm not going to have that. I'm going to have a system wherein when you call my office, somebody return your call within 72 hours. And if it's strong enough, important enough, I'm coming out. And you may never know when you may see me walking through. Let me tell you something. Another thing too. Anybody in this county who never served on a board or agency or never done anything and you was overlooked like me, I want you to register with me. I'm going to find some place to hire. I'm going to hire 1,800 policemen. All this business about kicking doors open, to me, you don't want that fee. I'm going to make sure that you find some constructive use with that fee. All this business about stripping folk cars, and smashing ground, no, it's not going to be on my watch. This code enforcement has moved down there the corner of County Road and Glenwood. I'm glad they down there. They'll get a feel. What they've been doing is they've been spending the money on the road. They revitalized County Road about 9 times. What's going to happen? You're going to have to do something about the robberies, the burglaries, and the stealing. Thank you.
Thank you. And the next question will go to Ms. Conley. DeKalb is the only county in Georgia with a CEO form of government. During the Georgia legislative session, state lawmakers failed to dissolve the CEO position, but passed SB 421, DeKalb County Charter Review Commission, to review the organizational act. Do you see the issue with the CEO position as a problem with the people who've held the seat or the processes created to govern the county?
The issue of the CEO, first of all, this Charter Review Commission will not be the first commission. When I was a state senator, we had a commission. We had people on the commission, and it ended up just where it ended up now. It's not really about, do we have a CEO form of government? It is about the issues that we've had, and I'm not going to lump everyone together, but I'm just saying the people who have pleaded guilty to things that they knew were wrong, then those have nothing to do with the CEO form of government. And what we hear in the media about the CE form of government means that the scandals will go away if you change the form of government. That is just not accurate. In DeKalb County, we have a CEO form of government. In this country, we have about 3, for county level, about 3 county executive forms of government. But it's the executive. It's just like with the mayor. The CEO is doing the same thing that a mayor would do. So the question is, should we get rid of all of the mayors? So it's not related to at all, do we have a CEO? What we want to do is to get people in office who have integrity, who will have open and honest government, which I have advocated for when I was on the commission and all of the different committees I served on. And in particular, I bring up the budget committee so much because people are very interested in what we're doing with the money. That's their tax dollars. We have a total of $1.3 billion for the budget at this time. And it was more when I was chairing the committee, but we have had to make a lot of adjustments because we do have cities. So it's not the CEO form of government. I think that what we need to do is get people in there who have experience, integrity, and I'm asking for your vote because I am that person.
Thank you, Mr. Joe.
It's not the government, it's our choices. I would like to tell you all that you've made bad choices for the last 40 years and they got us in this mess. But I can't tell you that because it makes you mad. But now, I am going to say this. I want each one of y'all to go by the mirror and get a good look at the person who put these folks in office. What we can't take our hands off our elected officials anymore. There's a commissioner over there. She got a BMW, she got a Porsche, and she got a Mercedes. Well, wait a minute. I can't afford those. Where's she getting the money from to afford those? Let Certain things is a gift. There was a guy in there, we was trying to circulate a petition. And every time he write a name, he could write it and make it look different. He could write it and make it, oh Lord, he won for about 2 times. Now y'all, if I was trying to if I was there, if I had some kind of forgery project, he would be the man. You all, when it comes to the county commission, we need to send a bulldog over there. This is the bulldog. When the bulldog walks in there, when they go position themselves, all the employees just standing around and playing around. They hang out around Quick Trip on Candler Road. They hang out around Quick Trip out there on putting on the road and holler at the women. You all, we don't have any leadership and we don't have any management in this county. And we don't have folks what black men are usually tempted when it comes to women and money. You all, I'm asking that the Lord make me run. I intend to run when it comes to women and money. Thank you.
Mr. Mike, thank you so much. We'll move on to your comments.
Brother Joe, I don't know how I can follow that one. I can't Now, if one woman ain't gonna run from it, that's my wife. She's sitting there. The money, I'm with you, brother. But other than that, there's a difference between problems and symptoms, and oftentimes we confuse the symptoms with the problems. For instance, corruption, incompetence, dysfunction. Many have said those are problems in the DeKalb government, and actually they are symptoms of a problem. Some have looked at the CEO's race or the CEO's position as a problem. I think it's been a symptom of a problem. If you spend your time trying to just solve the symptoms and never get the root cause, you go to the doctor, you got high fever, he may lower your fever, but if your foot is infected, you will ultimately be very sick or fatally pass. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to look at every aspect of the DeKalb County government, including the CEO's position. Because you see, you don't really know what the issue is until you go there and look. You're going to need a warm heart and a cold eye. Amen. A warm heart and a cold eye. And what we need to do is make sure that we have a government that's honest, that's transparent, and that's focused on serving the citizens and taxpayers of DeKalb County, Georgia. Now, you learn by engaging all people. The biggest problem we have in DeKalb County is not the CEO's position. It's the division between black and white, north and south, rich and poor. What we are going to have to learn is that we are all in this together. And by the way, black and white ain't DeKalb no more. 21% of the students in DeKalb County come from homes where English is spoken as a second language. We must take our diversity that has been, quote, a challenge or a problem and turn it into our greatest strength. That is the vision and the future DeKalb County that you and I can work together to build for ourselves and our children.
Thank you. And this next question will go to you first, Mr. Joe. List your top 3 areas of issues for DeKalb County and your plans to resolve them.
I think folks running for the office for the wrong reason. The average person running for office, you see him on TV and you hear him on the radio, but when you need to see him, he's too important for you to see him. Everybody in this county that want to see me, you're going to be able to walk in my office. Now I'm going to suck you because the kind of stuff I'm going to be, they're going to kill me. They put this system in place a long time ago to steal our money. And they don't intend to stop stealing this money. They intend to continue to steal this money. I don't want to be too personal, but following me and watching me, taping my line, canceling my call, police searching my house, all this kind of thing. They intend to steal this money. I intend to make sure that they don't steal your money. Now, wasn't anything done in the school system. They got somebody out there that stopped them. They said they find your money. You don't need to. They saw them, Association of Education, and say it was a management issue. Well, that's a nice way of saying they were stealing your money. You all, let me tell you something. The little kids coming along now, them little kids will be out there bugging around in your house if we don't make the school system work. Let me tell you something. I'm 65 years old. I may have 30 good years here. I never believed I would see the level of decay in DeKalb County. You can't get in the commission office. Oh, no. On my watch, you're going to be able to come up and see me. You come get an answer service? No. When you call me, somebody going to answer that phone. I'm going to hire 2 folks to make sure that everybody in this county get a return call within 72 hours, and if necessary, shorter than that. I'm embarrassed with the decay in this county, and I'm not going to have it on my watch. Thank you.
Ms. Connie?
Thank you. The 3 issues. First, I think transparency in government, to have an open and honest government. Traveling all over the county, people talk to me about, they just feel they need more transparency, and then the honesty issue comes up because of the scandals. So that's the first thing. The second is with the police department. Another issue that I talk to so many people about is I would like to go to sleep at night and not worry about someone kicking my door in. And one of the ways to handle that is to be able to hire more police officers and then to retain them, to get the police officers to stay here in the county and to provide them with more benefits, and not just police officers, but our public safety personnel. So that would be the second issue. The third is to create the type of environment wherein people will want to relocate their businesses, wherein people will want to start businesses. One of the things that I worked on as a commissioner was really to have a local and small business ordinance. I created the Small Business Task Force because I believe that jobs are created starting with small businesses. All of those big businesses that we get, they get to grow to be big businesses, but they start with small businesses. And I know that micro businesses, when people are self-employed, then they employ their families, they employ their friends, and then they employ local community people. So that means that we will have more jobs in DeKalb County. In some areas, the jobless rate, the unemployment rate, they talk about how good it is. It is as high as like in the high teens in some areas of this county. And it plays, research tells us that plays a big part in why we have so much crime in DeKalb County. So that's the other thing that I would want to work on. And to get more women-owned businesses. That's another issue that I've worked on. I've done legislation and policies around that. So I'm asking for your vote so that I can bring my experience to DeKalb County and make it a better place for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mike?
One I referred to, I think DeKalb has become much too balkanized. And so what we have to do is build a common vision for DeKalb County, Georgia. I hope to, with your support, to bring DeKalb County together to build a model community for the 21st century. We do that by taking the very best and the brightest. DeKalb has the best and brightest people from all over the face of this earth. We have to come together as a county to solve our problem. Number 2 is honesty and integrity in government. I've been in government now for nearly 40 years. And let me tell you something, I've never been indicted yet and have been arrested and have been convicted in 40 years. Now, it's not because folks weren't looking. Church ought to say amen. That's not because they weren't looking. And as simple as this, my dad was not an educated man, but he said, son, don't take things that don't belong to you. It's just that simple. And it's not so much saying that, but it's living it. And the third thing is jobs. As labor commissioner, I've helped hundreds of thousands of Georgians find jobs and bring jobs to the county. Look, the way to really encourage economic growth is keep the school district strong. Yes. You have to, that's the beginning, and we have to continue to build on that. The second thing I'm going to do, and it went unnoticed, the Department of Labor Career Center in South DeKalb was shut down. I'm going to do everything in my power to reopen a career center in South DeKalb County, Georgia, so that our young people and our citizens will have an opportunity to access information about jobs, employment, and opportunity. Those are three things that I will do as your CEO.